Hello and welcome to Delta Analysis video. Today's Delta Sableye and Mega Delta Sableye, which are fire and rock types, which is honestly defensively really bad. Like fire type is a good type defensively in my opinion, but rock type is not very good defensively, and offensively rock is like okay, but its typing is like mediocre at best. So yeah, that's not really like the best. You don't really have that going for you. Um, Looking at its stats, they're also like not great stats. The Mega has okay stats, but the regular form is like it's not great at all. 50 HP, 75 defense, 65 speed def. It's like not good at all. Um, uh, 75 attack, not that strong. 65 special attack is even weaker, but they're like mainly physical anyway, so that's fine. And 50 speed is like 50. Honestly, 50 speed is decent. It's honestly could be a lot worse. Like the Mega is a lot worse offensively in my opinion. Like I'll show the stats. I'm not gonna pretend that this is a good Pokemon because it's not. And the Mega is really bad. I think the Mega is like genuinely one of the worst Megas there are. Um, like I'll get to the Mega later, but I don't think it's good. But the stats: 50 HP, 125 defense, 115 speed F. The defense are high, but with its HP is still kind of low. So like it still takes like a large amount of damage, and like you're kind of bulky. But if you can use that bulk, then why are you bulky? 85 offenses, it's okay, I guess. And 20 speed is really slow. And honestly, honestly, if I could just change the stats, I would take 30 out of its def and put it in speed and be a lot happier with it. Like honestly, its defenses don't even matter. Like if it just had a lot more speed, like 80 speed, and took all of the stats out of its defense, it would have been a lot better. Because then any speed boosting would be viable instead of it being like completely irrelevant. But that's not it is what it is, I guess. Its abilities, at least it's like good abilities, but it doesn't really save it in my opinion. It has Solid Rock, which is it's a really good ability, which it reduces damage, the super effective damage, I think by a quarter. I think it's a quarter, which means that what am I saying? It means that instead of doing 2 times damage, there's 1.5 times damage on super effective hits, or in case you're quad effective because you are quad weak to water and ground, it only does I think like three times as much damage, which is not great, but it's better. It's improvement, but you're probably still gonna die. So it doesn't change that much. Weak armor allows some offensive sets with like setup, and weak armor. Unburden does the same thing basically, but it's a little trickier because you need an item to get rid of first. And as Mega you get dry skin, which to be fair, dry skin is not bad. Like it takes away one of your core weaknesses to water, which is very nice. Water types are literally everywhere. But at the same time, you still have a quad weakness to ground. And a weakness to fighting. And a weakness to rocks. Like stealth rocks, mainly. So it's still... yes, it gets to like immunity. Even heals all water type hits. But like you can't reliably get health back with that. So yeah, some relevant moves. It gets quite a bit of relevant moves, but none of these really change the point of this. Like I'm gonna be very negative about this thing because it's not good. Yeah. So if you want me to hear some good things, wait for like the first moveset, and after that, like it's gonna be negative because it's really not much positive to say about it because it's not great. Sword Dance, Rock Polish, decent setup, home class. Your mainly Sword Dance is the important one, but Sword Dance and weak armor, you can actually do something. Taunt prevents things from using all status moves, but you're slow, so like, can you really reliably use Taunt? I'm not sure. Stealth Rock spikes for hazards is very good. Knockoff remove items, Trick to like mess with items with the mech. I can't really use Trick because it doesn't work. Fake out for priority, Glare and Willow is for status, which is very good. Glare is a very broken move. Paralyze basically anything. There's not an electric type, I think, because they cannot get paralyzed. But yeah. Overall, it's Sword Dance is relevant, Stealth Rock Spike is relevant, Knockoff relevant, Glare relevant, Willow is relevant. The rest doesn't really matter as much. The first set, I like this set, to be honest. It's a source. It's regular. This is only for regular. Mega Sableye cannot even use this set. It's in any way, pretty much. Because even if you run weak armor, because I put weak armor unburden, obviously you can't use unburden. Even if you use weak armor before Mega Evolving and then Mega Evolving, having base 20 speed means that this set is basically completely invalidated. So yeah, that's not great. But you're in like Sword Stance, Flared with Stone Edge, Filler. If you run Unburden, you have to find like an item or something. If you have this one, honestly, with like Grassy Seed, it's not bad, except that you ruin Earthquake for yourself, which is bad. But if you don't have Earthquake, then in grassy terrain with like Grassy Seed, they could do something. Because in grassy terrain, obviously Earthquake is weakened, which can hurt you, but can also help you because you are quite weak to Earthquake. So yeah, it could help, but it's like a kind of weird idea. Earthquake is filler option, Knockoff, Iron Head, Sin Head, but Flame Charge could be good if +2 is not enough speed, because it could not be enough speed because you're not very fast. Base 50, you still underspeed a lot of Scarfers, unlike the faster side. And Rock Slide if you want like a more accurate Stone Edge. Iron Head is like there for like opposing rock types, because like Earthquake, Iron Head for rock types, Knockoff for Psychic types, Ghost types, and Headbutt for poison types, although you don't really struggle with it. Fighting types, it could be good for fighting types, but like generally speaking, you don't hit that much. Your coverage kind of sucks, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely think this set could have some potential. I don't think it has very much potential, but I definitely do think it has some potential. And then like the Mega, I don't know what to do with this thing, because it gets like I get Stealth Rock, Will-O-Wisp, Glare, and Knockoff. Besides that, I don't know what move to put on this set. Like, I don't know what to do with this. If I compare this thing to Mega Banette looks good, and that's bad, because Mega Banette is not good. This thing just, its hazards and status on a slow as hell mon with bad wings, weak to rocks, no way to like, it can barely stop Toxic because the only way to do that is substitute or rest. I guess you can run rest, but then you could invite everything with ground coverage that can just completely annihilate you. Like, I don't see the point of this mon. It's really just not good. Like, it lacks the recovery. If it got recover, this thing would be significantly better, because it can actually like stall a little bit, but it can't even do that. So like, it's really just unfortunate, because I want every one of these deltas to be viable, but I don't see the point of getting this Mega. Like, before the buff, Mega Delta Galele was like arguably worse, but now like as like another fire rock type, it's like significantly better. It's like there are a lot of ground rock types in Insurgence. Not ground rock, fire rock deltas, the Scolipede, Sableye, Galele. I think there might be another one, but I don't remember right now. And Sableye is like by far the worst one. But yeah, there's not much I can do. Like, if you're gonna use Mega Delta Sableye, I'd say don't. But if you're gonna do it anyway, then like run hazards, run knockoff, run status, and like maybe run like unoffensive move besides that, like flamethrower. Like I put special moves down there. It's nothing. It's nothing impressive whatsoever. It's basically like nothing, especially. It doesn't really get anything. It gets fiery dance. Fiery dance is like the most interesting move it gets, and it's not even viable. That, but like, it's not even reasonably viable because it's just too slow, and it's not even that strong. Like you need to be at like +2 for this thing to actually do damage, and it can't. Realistically, it just can't. Like the water immunity is cool, but it's still bad. And like, okay, I'm gonna stop because I've said it's bad enough times. But next time I actually have a good one. Next time is it's been a while since actually a genuinely good Pokemon. And I think after that is another after that's a very fun one. There are a few very fun ones, and then there's like a few not as fun ones, but it's still quite fun. But the next few are definitely very fun. Next 3 at least. But yeah, next is Delta Mawile and Mega Delta Mawile, which I might overestimate, but I think it's really good. And you'll see why next time, unless you already know, in which case, you know. But see y'all next time. Goodbye.